Well, good day everybody. This little recap of all the fun that we had this weekend involved quite a bit with cars as always, and well, at this point we're trying to get cars ready for the spring. We have a lot of activities planned for them this summer, and there's a whole literally laundry list of cars that have to still be fixed. Well, a lot of things have been done on the white 64 Pontiac convertible. That one's pretty much done, all set to go. Eyes are being set on finishing up the green 64 Pontiac convertible. Got the new valve covers onto it as well, so that's looking pretty nice. Still a few things that have to be done with the interior. We're slowly finding out that as the seat dye is taken off, it's been a whole mismatch of different seats put together. One of them looks pretty nice. We're going to try to pattern the whole interior after that, and we're going to have to see what costs are going to be incurred with that. But that one's coming along too. There's other little things, but the main thing is the car is going to be driven this summer and enjoyed. There's going to be the 56 Olds 98 that's going to be on the road finally too, the two-door hardtop, or holidays they call them. And now we're setting sights on the 64 Impala, and we're in the midst of doing a very humorous, as you're going to see, overhaul on a Powerglide transmission that's going into it. The reason why this is being done is because this car is going to be basically a very fair weather car, and probably a trailer queen, because Mike has got a couple of other cars that he can drive around all the time, and the 64 is being fixed up to be, well, like I said, just to go here and there, a pretty much point show car. Next winter that'll really be taken care of when the underneath is really addressed, but that's the reason why the overdrive is being taken out. There's just no use for it, and the overdrive is going to be going into another car that you've seen, the 64 Pontiac Parisienne Safari station wagon. So that one we're going to do a nice start on. It could be anywhere between 25 and 30 years that car was last started. So there's going to be lots of adventures coming up on the channel before too long, and hopefully be sticking around to enjoy it. And yes, there'll be some clips with the 72 Vista Cruiser and the 96 Suburban Turbo Diesel, and possibly the 80 AMC Eagle if I have time to get that out this summer. But it's in a pretty safe place, so I'm not really too worried about that. So strap yourselves in, hang on, try to make some fun of a lot of stuff, but in all seriousness, such as the transmissions, behind the scenes, things are scrutinized, they're really checked, because you want these things to go together and work properly from the get-go. One tiny little washer can ruin your whole day in these things if it's forgotten or put in backwards. So while it may seem humorous while we're taking it apart, again, things are really checked out. And yes, I finally broke out the manual, found the manuals, and we're going to go strictly by that, because it's been a long time since I've done a Powerglide. 20 odd years, sort of, if I remember correctly. But anyway, we'll see you later. Sit down and just enjoy the antics that we went through this weekend, okay? There'll be lots more to come. Have a great day. Yeah, before I forget, I'd also like to do something that's very important. I'd like to do a shout out for a few really good channels out there on YouTube. No nonsense ones that just cut straight to the quick, and it's no nonsense, no gimmick, no nothing like that. It's either about the love of the old car hobby, looking at old cars, just seeing how to fix things really cheap on a shoestring budget. I mean, there's a 55 Lincoln who's out there. There's 1957 Monarch. I'd also like to mention a really up-and-coming channel, Invincible Extremes. This fellow really knows his stuff, and he really knows how to take something out of a bag that costs a dime and put it onto a car and really make it work, where normally in a lot of other places, some of these featured sponsored channels that you'll see thousands of dollars for the same part and often not the very same results or anything like that. Of course, you have folks like Corvair Wild. He's always very, very humorous, and he knows his stuff, and he works very hard, and he really puts a lot of effort into getting these movies up onto the channels and things. And if you look at my channel, you'll see a lot of others who follow me. There's I believe it's 1962 or 62 Animal, who also follows the channel as well. He has some pretty decent stuff on, like just simple, hard-working folks who are just trying to make the most and have the most fun they can with the hobby. So try to look them up and give your fellow YouTubers a support. Subscribe to their channels, look at them. They often have some very good ideas on a, oh yeah, no, why didn't I think of that sort of moment, and things that could often help you through pretty much a fix you might find yourself in from time to time. So anyway, with that, again, we'll leave you alone. Enough blah blah blah. Now go and enjoy the clip, please. Thank you. Bye bye.
Oh, you would go.
Well, people, what are we up to? We got ourselves a big tuna fish captured over here.
Okay.
Usually we go for overdrives and all the newer transmissions, but we're going back in time a little bit. We're going to be rebuilding a Powerglide that's going to be going into the 64 Impala. Now you're going to be wondering, why are we taking out a perfectly good overdrive automatic from the Impala and putting in a Powerglide?
You got a bill?
Simple reason. The car is being restored to absolutely 100% factory original. As you know, we already have the bias ply tires on it, but just has these storage tires on it for winter. But it's just that Powerglide whine and the smoothness of it, and it's just being driven strictly locally, the car. And if it goes to any big events a long ways away, it's going to be trailered. So, hence, Powerglide rebuild. Look. Yeah, there we go. Emptying out this thing.
I'm bleeding.
Yeah, it's leaking its blood. Powerglides are very simple, very tough units. In all honesty, they work well. They work the best on big block cars that got oodles of torque and things like that. But on the smaller engine cars, if you have a light vehicle, they'll also go very well too. But for a heavier car with a Powerglide, it's a nice smooth shift and you just glide along. Powerglide. Well, we'll get this thing open in a few minutes. There, off comes the pan.
Parts.
Lots of parts. There you go. Here's the other 3 bolts.
Here's a tray.
They're all in the parts washer.
The trays?
Yeah, I put them in the parts washer.
Oh, for
Just store them.
Now we pry open this tuna can and we see what's going on. Yeah, a little bit of grit and dirt in there. To be expected. Something that old. All right. Off comes the modulator. There you
Are you
go.
ordering one of those, maybe?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. Yep, and there's a little rod there we can't lose for the modulator. That's how this goes onto the valve. Okay. All right.
Fanny mounts look a little old and tired.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now we'll get going on taking off the valve body. Be back in a minute. Here comes the valve body. Now we'll get rid of that thing because we're finished with it for a while.
Okay, do we want to get another tray for this?
Yes, we better.
Okay.
Or we could just drop it in there. Although
Put it
I
in.
might. Yeah, that's right. Because I'm going
So you want
to be watching.
Because that's not a very clean pan.
Yeah, we'll get a clean pan for that. That's a good idea. There we go.
They're handy items.
Very.
Spring just fell.
Yeah. It's always this little springy thing.
Is it table number 2?
Dinner is served. There you
Table
go.
number 2.
Yeah, table number 2, please. Thank
I'll
you.
just put this on the floor for now.
Yeah. Or put on the hood of the car. No, we better not. Yeah, because we have a lock nut there, so let's loosen up, and then there should be an Allen key or something, an Allen hole in there.
Who's a needle nose pliers?
Well, I might have these over here.
They'll do it.
Yeah, of course they will. I'm gonna take that gizmo off.
Why not? That's in my way.
Okay.
Did some shopping in Saskatchewan and got a whole pile of new linkages.
Perfect. There's the low band down here. Struts.
No. I just got a whole bunch more accessible.
Makes life easier.
Yeah.
Far down do we go? All the way out?
Yep, just there you go.
Is that it?
Let's stop moving. Yeah. Okay, here you go. Hold the camera, please. Hold the camera. We're going to see what we can do in there. All right. I can pop out the strut over. This has to get popped out. There we go. It pops out. Simple, like that. This one will sometimes come out with it in here, sometimes it won't. If we have a magnet, sometimes I just wait to get the front pump off to get these out. Let's see if I can get it out now. Alright, it did come out. Some of them they don't, believe it or not. Depends on the clearance of the casting and stuff, but that's your low, but that's your strut for it over there. There's your low band. Right over here. Band on the run. Okay, alright. Now we're going to remove the front pump over here. We'll get the bolts off of that. Those look like they are 9/16 to me, if I remember correctly.
I'm gonna head out and you guys play with this.
Alright. We'll see you later. Our front pump bolts off. We'll be ready to pop the pump off. Anyway, there's our reverse clutches. We'll check clearances. Looks like there's a little bit muck, but I'll check specs. The plates, what I can see, just looking here, don't look really too bad, but again, once we get them off, we'll see what they look like. I can definitely see material on them still. Alright, now I'll get the pump off. Come on, wham, wham, wham. It's coming off pretty even over here, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. There you go, we got the Looney Tunes hammer. That's just what we need. Perfect. Keep going, keep going. Wham, 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 wham. Not quite, we're getting there. There we go, done. Alright, great. Off comes the front pump. All this is going to be washed.
You can get all the wood out of it.
Don't worry about it. It's all going to be rinsed out anyway, so we'll be cool. Alright, take out the...
Stuff that with some...
Okay, there's your high drum. There.
Stuff some paper towel down there.
Yeah, here you go.
I need to get in there.
And there's our low band, and the low band looks to be in perfect condition, actually. There we go, that band's in perfect shape. Not burned or anything, not glazed, nothing. The drum looks perfect too. All this is going to be washed over here, so we'll be okay.
Yeah. So is there a new one of those in anyway, or?
I don't think we'll have to.
No, eh?
Yep, it's in perfect shape. The band's in perfect condition over here.
So why did this thing bump shift when it was cold?
Like hard seal or
Dry
something.
seals?
Yep, dry seals. Or it could even be a broken spring inside the accumulator, but we'll have to check and see exactly what it's all about. Okay, we're going to pry open that high drum with a screwdriver. We're going to see what condition our parts are in over here. Washer looks perfectly fine too. Okay, we'll pry that open. We need a screwdriver so we can take out that snap ring over here. Yes, folks, they always work, even the 204Rs and the 700s, with this mad scientist methods over here. Totally unethical, but we get it done. Okay, perfect. Doink. There we go. Now,
what's next? This one?
Yeah, take it out. Yeah. See, there's a wash. Okay. All right. It's in here like that. Like that. It goes on there like that. I'll put this over here just for now. I guess I will use the book to put it all back together. And now we'll empty out the, kind of flip it over and let it go poink on the table. And we'll do a plate inspection. We'll just feed them back in. Let's feed them back in one by one. That's all that's taking up all the power of the car.
Does that have a specific spot?
Yep, because that's yep, that's right. Because just drop it down because the wavy went underneath it.
No, I meant the key. What's the point of the key?
Keyway, because we have to line them all up over there. See, so they're all lined up. That's all be lined up there. Stick this plate. Perfect. We're gonna replace them anyway because these are pretty cheap to replace because they have much more modern materials for these things now.
There's absolutely no burning or glazing showing on these at all.
So
These are.
those you now line up to the key.
That's right. That's right. Those go down there because they have to get lined up down there. I think it's for exit of fluid or something like that, if I remember correctly. Don't know 100% for sure, but as long as we put them together and they work, that's what counts. Absolutely no glazing whatsoever on these. Perfect condition. I mean, there's no burning. Usually there's heat spots on these, but this doesn't have any heat spots on it whatsoever. None. No heat spots. Sorry? That's nothing.
Just the same in the steel.
No, we'll check that out. I don't think it's a crack or anything. We'll check it out.
Those are the seamed parts
Yeah.
together.
Possibly. Oh, they're stamped out. I thought. Yeah. 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 Absolutely no burning whatsoever, which is great. Oh, absolutely no burning. Like I said, usually there's heat spots on them. Usually there's heat spots, but not on these. Okay, this goes down in there like that. There we go, for our washer. Okay, so we have that sub-assembly because that part looks perfectly fine. Now we have an idea that we don't like. We got to tap off this speedometer piece over here. That's our governor that we have to take off. There's a little C-clip over here. A rod goes through there. Now, one thing nice about these transmissions, up to 1966, it was actually the last year, they had a rear pump on them, which means if the car wouldn't start, you could push start them. Which was a really neat feature to have, because a lot of the older automatics you can push start. Never know why they got rid of the rear pumps on them, but it's another cost-saving thing. I think it was actually to save power in the engine, because once the car was going down the road, after around 25-30 miles an hour, the rear pump would be able to take over all the hydraulic pressure requirements for shifting the transmission in them. So that would save power to the engine. Maybe they should have brought that back to increase fuel mileage on cars nowadays. Anyway, we'll continue with our teardown. Off comes the little C-clip. We have better names for those, especially when they go flying, but off we go.
So it's spin in.
Okay, you got it?
Oh, these ones are easy.
Yeah. I guess we still have choice names for them when they do get lost on us. So there we go.
Am I taking out any of these other pieces?
Looks like just this for now over here, so let's put it all back together there. So I don't want to lose anything. Okay. See, that'll enable us to take this off. These look like the, what are these, like 7/16 over here? It looks like 3/8 or 7/16 back there. We have to tap this off. We're going to see if it's going to tap. I think you're right about it not tapping off.
Yeah, it looks pretty
We
fresh.
really should get the book on this, I'm thinking. We really should get the book.
Where's the book?
I don't know. What book? What are you talking about? What book?
Do you not have a book for this?
At home. Except home's probably about 30 miles away from here. Well, we'd have to manage on the side of the road somewhere if this thing gave out on us, wouldn't we?
CAA.
Exactly, CA, get it towed home, that's right.
Towed home.
Okay, yeah. All right. Now, just for you know what's and giggles, get me the small Looney Tunes hammer, please. Just get me the small Looney Tunes hammer for a second.
You break it, you're digging the other one out.
Yeah, figures. All right. Oh, you want me to smack this
I'm
thing?
hitting it. I don't think it's coming out.
I think you're right. By golly, I think you're right. Okay, well, we'll research that further. Like you said, I never said that this was an absolute 100% store-bought, sterile transmission overhaul.
So you want me to undo these?
Yeah, let's put it into park. There we go.
Alright, you put it in park and pieces fall out.
What? Okay, well, what just fell? Okay, that was for the... That was a washer for the governor. That was on top of there. Yep.
That was... No, that was on the other side.
On the other side. Okay, put it on the other side then. No.
Or not, I don't know.
Ah, we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. We'll find it. We'll find it.
Spare parts.
Yep. Spare parts.
So what's taking this off going to do for us? Because this won't come off the shaft. That looks like it's got to go that way off the shaft.
We're going to research it. We're going to research. What?
That's where the parts are coming out of. in here.
In here? In there? Okay.
Another one.
Another one? Okay, that's
So
our...
that came off in there.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
So do we want to undo that, or you want to undo this? Take the whole thing out.
We're going to undo that, take out this whole thing over here.
You're going to take 16 half inch or what?
That is
What's that
a
half?
half inch.